Good evening, everyone. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to my class. Today, I shall be the facilitator in understanding the impacts the Israel-Hamas conflict will have on the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor as well as the Abraham Accords. Because many experts are suggesting these two are effectively dead right now. Why are they dead? What are these two important concepts? From the perspective of GS Mains Paper Second, as well as the Prelims, and the perspective of political science and international relations, we'll understand it. Do not worry about making notes because I provide the notes through my Telegram channel by the name of Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. If you have any queries regarding this examination, do talk to me on my Instagram, follow me on my threads. By the end of this class, you will also find two questions. One will be for prelims, another will be for mains. If you're interested in getting your answers checked, make sure you contact me on my Instagram, and thereafter I will guide you how to be in touch with me for answer writing sessions. All right. So without any further delay, let's now talk about the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor and how will they be impacted. What is the India-Middle East Economic Corridor? The India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor is an ambitious connectivity project. It will comprise of two parts. First part will be the Eastern Corridor. The Eastern Corridor will connect the ports of India such as Mundra in Gujarat, Kandla in Gujarat, JNPT in Mumbai to the ports in Middle East, or from our perspective, this region is West Asia. West Asia from our perspective, and from the Western perspective, it is the middle of the East, that is why Middle East. There are ports in UAE, such as Jebel Ali, Abu Dhabi. These ports will be connected to Indian ports, and thereafter there will be a network of rail that will be connecting the countries such as UAE to Saudi Arabia, and thereafter to Jordan, Israel, and thereafter we have another part of it, that is the Northern Corridor. The Northern Corridor will connect the ports of West Asia such as Haifa port in Israel to ports in Europe such as Piraeus in Greece, amongst others. This entire project is going to rival the Belt and Road Initiative of China. Through this, India will get connectivity to West Asia and also to European countries. And this is also being touted as a renewal of the Old Spice route. Before the advent of the British, India had thriving trade relations with West Asian countries, and now we are trying to revive it. But the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor will be impacted. Keep one thing in mind, that not only it will consist of ports and railway connectivity, but green hydrogen pipeline connectivity will also be thought out in the entire process. High-speed data cable and many other projects are also there. So this is a very ambitious project. This project in itself is a part of the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment, which wants to rival the Belt and Road Initiative of China. It is a renamed project. If you remember, the Build Back Better World project that was launched at the backdrop of the COVID-19. The COVID-19 impacted so many economies. They needed loans and investment. The Build Back Better World has been renamed as the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment. And through this only, we understand that the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor is a sub-part of it. I'm really sorry for the noise. So, this entire project is going to rival the Belt and Road Initiative. It will also be impacting India's trade route hours. That means if we have to trade through this region, supposedly we have to trade through Europe to Europe, but we have to go through this particular route, it will take a lot of time. Without going across the Arabian Peninsula, we are going through the Arabian Peninsula with the help of India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor, and 40% of the time will be decreased. Also, by the entire process, not only India will grow, but also these many regions will grow too. India will get its impact done on people-to-people exchange, investment, soft power growing, market will open for India, many things are there. So it's a very important project. But to understand it from a similar perspective, we also have to know which countries are actually involved. Countries such as India, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel, and Europe. That means there are two important countries that need seamless connectivity for the entire project to work. That is Saudi Arabia and Israel. But Saudi Arabia and Israel are not on the same page. as an Arab country, it has tried to normalize its relationship with Israel. But Saudi Arabia has not been able to do so because of the Palestine issue. Saudi Arabia gives its full support to Palestine. And Israel, of course, we know the entire situation that the Jews and the Muslims are going through in this particular peninsula, in this particular part of the continent, the West Asia. And Abraham Accords have been a series of agreements which were actually trying to normalize the relationship with Arab countries and Israel. These both parts of the world have to look beyond the current issue so that we all can grow together, and normalization of ties had to be achieved. But as I told you, Mohammed bin Salman is not is not seeing an eye to eye with Prime Minister Netanyahu. Of course, he is supporting the Palestine cause. We all know where Netanyahu stands. There are many countries who are a part of the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor that support Israel, and others support Palestine. So this kind of situation that has arisen will definitely have an impact on the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. Abraham Accords have been a landmark set of agreements. Who is Abraham? Abraham in the Hebrew Bible is the father of both Judaism and Islam. Judaism spread through his son Isaac, and Islam spread through his son Ishmael. And who is Israel? Israel has also been mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. Jacob, who was the grandson of Abraham, he was given the name Israel, and that is the only thing we know about Israel as of from the Hebrew Bible, whatever we know about it. And I've also attached the link to the class that I have taken on this entire matter. So that is why the name Abraham Accords. Abraham is the father of both Islam and Judaism. That is why Abraham Accords. So Abraham Accords is basically a series of, we can call it agreement. These are a series of agreement that is trying to normalize the relationship between certain Arab countries and Israel. Many important projects for investment, people-to-people contact, cultural exchanges have been mentioned here. And these are the agreements that have been signed between the years 2020 and 2021. So these are different agreements that have come on the fore. There are countries such as Morocco, there are countries such as Jordan, Egypt, UAE, Bahrain that are trying to normalize their relationship, but Saudi Arabia is not a part of the Abraham Accords. Keep that in mind. And now Abraham Accords have been mocked by the Hamas. The Hamas and Lebanon both have mocked the Abraham Accords. Why? Because they are saying that Abraham Accords are not going to resolve the Palestine issue, and they are not in favor of the Abraham Accords. More so, it is showing that they do not want the normalization of ties between these countries. And seamless connectivity is needed between Saudi Arabia and Israel so that we can go ahead with this particular project of India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. Even I2U2, which comprises of the countries such as India, Israel, I2, and U2, USA and UAE. These particular countries have formulated a group in order to boost their economy, their defense relations, their cultural people-to-people contact together, and this has been outcome of the Abraham Accord itself. So if one accord collapses, another will collapse for very sure. But right now, many experts do believe that this is just a temporary setback. We may not be able to have our India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor very soon because of the same problem that I told you. Connectivity is a major deal, and connectivity may not happen very soon between Saudi Arabia and Israel. So this is the issue that we are going through. Prelims based question is Abraham Accords, India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, and I2U2. Arrange the events given above in the correct chronological order. These are the given options. You have to tell me about it in the comment segment. And this is a question that I have given for mains. If you're interested in writing, please do so. I will check your answers. The question is, the stability or instability of West Asia will impact connectivity projects between India and Europe. You have to comment it in 250 words. Of course, you have to take into consideration many things over here. The background, the current situation between Israel and Hamas, and the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, Abraham Accords, I2U2. These many facets should reflect in your paper, your answer. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay updated.